Hey everyone, welcome to episode 1 of my Visual Basic 6 tutorial series. Today we're covering how to get started with VB 6, from installing it to creating your first app with buttons and labels and some working scripts. Let's go. So if you don't have Visual Basic 6 downloaded, click the archive.org website in the description. Since Microsoft doesn't provide any downloads for Visual Basic 6, since it's very old. Once you have installed Visual Basic 6 here, double click it to open it. Agree. When you open Visual Basic 6, you will see this window. Well, it's actually not even a window, sorry. But, click on Visual Basic 6. Now, let's click on Standard EXE or double click it. This will create just a basic Windows application where you can drag and drop controls like buttons and labels. Speaking of buttons and labels, on the left you'll see this, the toolbox. Now we have a bunch of tools such as pointer, which is basic, where you can select image button, picture box, text box, label, frame, command button, option button, check box, combo box, list box, V scroll bar, horizontal and vertical scroll bar, timer, drive list box, file list box, directory list box, shape, line, data, image, and OLE, which actually I don't know, but you can even add even more by going to project or pressing P. Oops, I'm pressing P, so P, whatever. Pressing P or clicking on this tool and going to components, or actually components. And there's a lot of libraries, etc. to add even more stuff. Commonly used Microsoft, I can't really find it here, but it was called Microsoft Commons Controls 6, where it adds toolbars, progress bars, etc. Whether you stick to these stuff or not. Also, delete that. Also, you can also resize your form, and let's full screen this. And didn't already. Also, you may want to full screen Visual Basic 6 itself, because it might be laggy then. Whatever. So we just resized our form 1, or you can also resize it in the properties tab. Somewhere here, width and height, I believe. Let's add some controls, so buttons and labels. In the next episode we will do some stuff with text box. I think we will try to create some sort of login screen. So we can either insert a control or button or label, anything here, by double clicking, see, or just clicking on it and drag to just this size already. So let's continue. So in the right panel we have this project and properties. We can also toggle these here. Project Explorer, actually, yeah. Open those, or we can also here open. We don't need this font layout. Yeah. Here, properties windows. Oops. Okay. And in these properties windows, we can adjust how it looks, or what it can, actually not what it can do, but it looks, how it looks. For example, we can change the border style of this form from just sizable, having an icon, caption, minimize, restore, and exit buttons, from just only the exit button. Or we don't even need a border. Or we can make it a dialogue, fixed dialogue. For me it just looks identical to fixed single, but whatever. And also make it a tool window, which is, and can be dragged around, or it can be sizable, which is a bit bigger, so you can resize it, but let's stick with sizable for now. We can also change what it says from form 1 to my form, or we can change its name for scripting purposes from form 1 to main, actually main form. And there's a bunch of other properties you can change, like icon, mouse pointer, picture, which is just background, show in taskbar, startup position, window state, and much more. We can also change the labels, contents, I don't know what to put here, and its name, and a bunch of other stuff like font. It's kind of the same thing with the command button, so whatever. Oh, sorry. So let's create a small script that displays something on here when the command 1 has been pressed. So this is actually very easy, and I think a 12-year-old can't even understand this. So double click to open the code view. You can also right click view code. Now this is very simple. So we need so if command 1, so if we click on it, label 1 should display command button clicked. So label 1 caption equals command 1 has been pressed. So if we run this, command 1 has been pressed. We can also display it in a message box, which is kind of fancier. And we can even add OK and 64, so information. Oops, I forgot the comma there. So it will display a message. Awesome. So you learned about scripting, how to add controls, etc. in this video, and in the next episode we're gonna let's create some login screen. Goodbye.